Last time on Square Roots, Hazel learns to weave, meets a catfish, and climbs a tree in search of her missing mother. Also, Two-Toed Tom does nothing wrong and is completely vindicated because he's just a little snapper, just a hungry little guy, a languid lunchtime lizard. And if you don't think so, well, then you're a boo hag.
Going on.
Two-Toed Tom did nothing wrong.
Hey listeners, and welcome to Square Roots. My name's Jem, and I'm here with Matt.
Hi, me and Dory. I know you can hear her meowing.
I
She's very
can.
mouthy.
I don't
And
love it.
Vanessa.
Hi.
And Vanessa.
I love Dory.
And this is a podcast where we play and talk about a video game. It's like a book club though.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like a video game chat. It's like a book club.
Yeah.
We do it one little part at a time.
Yeah, this must be our first episode though, because you sounded like you've never said those words before.
And you're not
Couldn't
sure
possibly
that
be
they're
our
accurate.
487th episode.
Yeah.
Sounds like you don't know for sure.
This opening has kind of become muscle memory, so today I was like, maybe I'll just try to use different words, and it's not working very well.
I think it's jazzing it up.
Oh yeah, do you think the listeners are hyper engaged now?
No, I don't think they'll care. But I think it's jazzy.
Thank you. What else do we do on this show?
Well, we mostly...
Oh, hey, guys. You guys heard any hot gaming news? Because that's what we do, because we're gaming influencers. Our listeners want to know what we think about what's going on in the headlines, you know?
I haven't
Yeah.
heard any gaming news. I've certainly heard some hot gaming. Goss.
Oh, that's right. Or goose, as they say in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You
I
have
know
any
all about
lay
it.
it on
Yes. Yes. There's only one story on everyone's lips. It's that our long national nightmare is over and the console wars have been resolved. And guess what? Japan wins. That's right.
Wow.
No more exclusives for the American Xbox. Japan now gets everything, so you don't have to buy an
Good.
American system.
That continues America's long history of losing wars.
Yeah.
You know, I
Suck it,
just feel
America.
bad for the console widows and the console orphans. Well, you know, what did they fight for? What did they sacrifice for? Their families shattered forever.
You can't live in the past. Our console boys are coming home, and now they'll get their old console jobs back if they haven't been taken by the console women who were left behind.
Mm-hmm. Coming back in a box. Oh!
You know what I always say, come back with your controller or lying on it.
So,
All right.
what's that mean that the console wars are over?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
That's the only information I was given.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just take it at face value. Console wars are over, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I mean, I think they said that because now all the Xbox stuff is going to go to PlayStation 2. Like, they're not really doing console
They're going to
exclusivity
PlayStation
anymore.
2.
I
That
mean, no, like
is quite
PlayStation
the
as well.
choice.
It's going to PlayStation also.
All the Halo games will be available on PlayStation, but only the PlayStation 2.
Only the PlayStation 2.
See, I thought that when you said the console wars were over, you were talking about Amazon making, quote, significant cuts in their video game division. So now Amazon will no longer be trying to compete with Steam, obviously the most important console wars of our lifetime. Steam
I-
versus
To the
Amazon.
games that I owned from Amazon, if I did indeed own any. I don't know if I did or not.
You probably don't, and you probably don't have them anymore.
You probably
That's just
just
a guess.
leased them anyway. Like if it was a digital purchase, you don't own that. You lease it, and your lease
That's
is
true.
up.
Feel so cheated. Actually, I think everything I had on there or have on there, I got for free.
Yeah,
Bitch.
I always forget that it exists, which
Yeah.
might be why
Yeah.
it is going out of business, because I am a video game professional. And even
Also,
I...
Amazon's they fired like 30,000 people yesterday. You gotta save up that cheddar for that AI investment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a great idea. That's certainly not a bubble that's about to burst. You know
Well-
what? I'm
No, it's
for
just
it.
like-
Put yourself out of business, Amazon. I can go to the store. I don't mind.
Oh, I don't like going to the store, but if I have to go back to living like it's 1995, I can do it.
I'll start buying my books on Nook.
I do like to go to a bookstore. That is the kind of store that I still enjoy.
Honk!
Next story.
Nintendo's creature capture patent has been dealt a blow amid their lawsuit against Palworld. Japan's patent office has rejected a Nintendo application related to that website, citing a lack of originality. Uh-oh, Nintendo. Seems like you may have fucked up.
I feel like Nintendo has a lot of these patents that they're just kind of squatting on that are for like generic things like hero with sword or character can fly. Don't they haven't they like tried to patent a lot of gameplay mechanics
Man that
type
jumps.
stuff like that? Yeah, it was something like that. Like they've tried to submit patents for like very generic gameplay mechanics recently, like in the last year and a half.
Well, it's a good way to fill your time, and then you go to court and you lose, but at least you...
I mean, Vanessa,
But the threat was
as
enough
a-
to get
as a-
Palworld
as a-
to make changes. Palworld to make changes to their game, and that's all they really
Right.
care about, right?
Vanessa, as the resident business lady,
Yes.
do you think it's a good corporate strategy for a big conglomerate who like has a ton of money to like squat on those patents, knowing that to challenge them would be ridiculously expensive and would also net them potential like patent leasing revenue?
I think that the dream when you do something like that is that someone will see your patent or hear about it and decide that's just kind of not worth it to fight you on it, and will pay you a licensing fee to use
Yeah, that's
whatever
what I just
patent
said.
it is that you have. Yeah. Do I think it's a good strategy? I think there's probably better things to do with your time. I don't think it's necessarily an effective strategy. I think it's a good way for people to sort of make work for themselves and get paid. So,
Oh, okay.
it really depends on your idea of good.
So the real winner is like the people filing these, patents in Nintendo's legal office.
Yes.
Got it.
There's a word for that kind of behavior. It's called patent trolling. And
Yeah, I've worked for companies and been in charge of things that have been sued by patent trolls, claiming to have patents for very common features and demanding lots of money.
And do you know where all the patent trolls live?
Canada.
Texas.
Why do they live in Texas?
Well, it's a little complicated, but basically Texas is the friendliest jurisdiction for that kind of behavior.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, true story.
It's another reason that Texas sucks.
Yeah.
Honk!
Next story.
I like this. This is a fun way to go about this. Just honk when you're tired of hearing about something. Move on. Did y'all know that old Master Chief is a Nazi? I mean, an ice
I
guy?
don't know what you're talking about, and we're not going to talk about that. Honk.
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot's set to return. Everyone's excited about everyone's favorite echidna. Well, I guess he's a
Nope.
bandicoot.
He is a bandicoot. It is in the name.
Yeah. He is coming back as a Netflix animated series. That's right. Nobody wants to play Crash Bandicoot, but we all have so many questions about what he's like and what he liked to do and
Didn't
where
they just
he
put a
liked
new
to
game
go.
out like last year?
Well, what kind of friends he have, what he dreams of, and he's coming to Netflix.
You make it sound like it's a reality show about
Maybe
Crash
it is.
Bandicoot. It's like
Maybe.
that Dallas Cowboys cheerleader show, but it's Crash
Yeah,
Bandicoot.
yeah, it is. Crash Bandicoot, he's trying to join the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, despite the immense physical pain and low compensation. I mean, he's going to ruin his hips and joints for, what, less than minimum wage and some kind of glory?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll
Crash, your timing is off.
Yeah.
Maybe Crash Bandicoot wants to meet a rich man to make him his wife, you know?
That's possible, but if you're
These are the same jokes we made the last time you brought this documentary up, by the way.
Oh, all right, then maybe we should just move on.
Crash Bandicoot, raise your hand if you like those games. No hands raised. I have tried several times to play the Crash Bandicoot games. I played a bit of the new one. I played a bit of the remaster when it came out. I played it back in the day on the PlayStation. They're like the worst designed games ever. Here's a narrow corridor. Run down it. The end!
I've only played a little bit of one once, and I'm going to let Jim guess when that was. Can you do it, Jim? Solve this
It's an
riddle.
Uncharted 4
Yes!
Thief's End. Because that's my main exposure to the Crash Bandicoot series as well. You can play, is it the entire first Crash Bandicoot game?
Yeah, I think so.
Inside
If you
of
don't
that
die.
game? Yeah.
Crazy. Why would you want to do that?
I loved it in that game. It was such a surprise and a delight.
It's not about what you want, it's about what Nathan wants.
It's not even. It's about what, no, I guess it is what about Nathan wants at the beginning.
You can play it at the end and it's about Sarah or
Yeah.
whoever.
Wow, spoilers for Uncharted 4.
Spoilers.
I guess.
Honk.
What's next?
I heard a rumor. You may have heard it as well. During the height of Matrix Mania, the Wachowskis asked Hideo Kojima if he wanted to make a Matrix game, but Konami turned them down.
Whoa.
WTF?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Boycott Konami. Would you be interested in playing a Matrix game by Hideo Kojima?
I would.
Yeah. I think it would be real weird.
I heard a funny anecdote about Kojima today.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to an interview with... Have you guys seen the trailer for that game coming out that's called Mixtape? It's like you're like a teen in the 80s and it's set to all this cool 80s music and you're like a teenager and you can fly and stuff. There's a game... The developers of that game, who are Australian, talked about how they were, demoing it for... Phil Spencer from Xbox, because I think Xbox is publishing the game, and they said Kojima showed up. Like their PR people were freaking out because Kojima showed up. They said he came and said he wanted to play the game but wouldn't play it himself. Like he has somebody else play the game for him and describe it to him, like how the game plays and what they're doing. And I guess at the end of it, he just stood up, put his hands on his hips, and stood there for a second and then gave a thumbs up and then left. And they're like, he's such a weird guy.
Well, he's an old man. Maybe his button pressing isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the agility, digital agility.
Digility.
Good, nice.
Thanks. All right. Well, I think that's all the hot gaming news that we have to discuss tonight.
How long do you think it's going to be before we see the first AI video game? Oh, can we talk about that AI video game that executive shared last week?
I was just going to say, I've seen one, and it is insane. And
it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's like at a subway
man.
station, and the trains just kept coming, and then they'd like you go
Yeah.
into a train, and it would morph into a different train, and they're like, AI's the future.
Yeah, and like a thing comes up that looks like you're making a choice, but if you look, the little bar actually just says player choice.
Yeah.
And everything's misspelled. It's amazing.
The thing
That's
is,
the future of video games,
like,
everybody.
Yeah.
maybe you could utilize it to be a base that you then check and build on and things like that. But everything I've seen out of every industry indicates that people are so lazy they won't even like check their work in AI.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's the thing is like I think like for me like AI is useful for like data analytics because I can ask it something and then it will just like tell me.
Yeah.
But like for creative stuff, it always looks so terrible.
I was just saying to somebody today, like AI is problematic and is not good in for a lot of the uses that people seem to want to use it for. But damn, if that Google search AI is not summarization is not fucking fantastic. It's great.
sometimes it does lie.
Yeah,
They
sometimes.
say Google, as far as accuracy, they say of all the big AI engines, Google is by far the least accurate.
Really? But I'm looking it up
Yeah.
for stuff like, it's simple stuff. Like, how do I, today it was, how do I uncouple like two YouTube accounts, like a parent YouTube account and a child account? How do I do that? And instead of having to like go through some article, it just popped up with a fucking bullet point. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Bang! Done.
Well,
That's nice.
that's an interesting point in that so many recipes and things like that these days, because of copyright issues and word count issues, you have to scroll forever past a million ads to get to the information. So if we can subvert that a little bit, I can see the appeal. However, AI also did tell me that somebody won an Oscar before they were born for a film that they were not in. I can't remember the specifics, but it does lie to you all the time about everything.
All right, are we ready to talk about South of Midnight?
No?
Yes.
We should call it Mouth of Midnight because we're talking about. Get it?
Because we use
Like
our mouths to...
mouth. We use our mouths to talk, and
Right.
mouth rhymes with south,
Yeah.
which is the first word in South of Midnight.
Say more.
Say less, please. Before we dive into Mouth of Midnight, I guess, we should probably plug our streams.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, no stream this week.
No
As of this
stream this
recording,
week
'cause we're
because
recording.
we're recording when you would be streaming. So,
Yeah, no stream last week.
if you're on YouTube
Normally-
as we record this, waiting for the stream, just wait for this episode to come out, and then you'll get your explanation.
Did we not stream last week? I thought we did.
No, I'm talking about when this
Oh,
episode
yeah.
comes out, it will be last week.
But anyway, we usually stream on Wednesday nights. And you can find us on YouTube if you search up Square Roots Podcast. We have a YouTube channel. We do Wednesday night streams. We also do random fun time rando streams. So definitely search it up, like it, subscribe to it. Come watch us play video games and talk about them.
I played the entirety of Resident Evil 7 the other day,
Yeah, you did.
from beginning to end. No, zero deaths. Zero deaths.
Wow. Is that like the new speed run, the no death run?
That's the gym category.
Mm-hmm.
which I have the world record in.
And our current Wednesday night stream, Jim is playing
Shadow Hearts.
Shadow Hearts.
Shadow
Farts. Which is weird and fun to watch. Doesn't look fun to play.
It is fun to play. It has a wheel.
Yeah.
You specifically said you did not like the wheel.
I said I did like the wheel. I said that I didn't think you'd like the wheel because you never like those kinds of things.
Sometimes I do.
You
don't
don't
know.
like a turn-based thing that makes you time things.
Yeah, it's done. You know? I played my RPG.
You didn't like it.
I did like it.
You didn't like that timing.
Yeah, I got tired of it. I don't like the way it slows you down. I'm on the record as saying I think turn-based combat encounters should last about 20 seconds. That's the tolerable length for me. And anything longer fucks me up. And then when we played Sea of Stars with all the timing button presses, those combat encounters were 2 hours apiece, and it drove me fucking crazy.
I think that's...
Anyway, that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about streams. Vanessa, tell us about Johnny's stream.
It's so good.
That's
called
not a stream,
Bears
it's a
and-
channel.
It's a channel. It's called Bears and Games Neo, and he does all kinds of things on there. He talks about open world drivey shooty games like Grand Theft Auto, and sometimes he talks about queer gaming history, which is my favorite thing that he does, because it's educational and entertaining, and I love edutainment. I love it.
Did you say edutational?
It's edutational and tuning.
There should be a like edgy kids programming called Edgytainment.
Oh man, let's do it.
Yeah,
That's a YouTube channel. Let's start it.
there we go. Oh man, that is a good. We should just go ahead and create a YouTube channel called Edgytainment.
Do it right now.
I should.
We can populate it with those AI videos that people make for kids, with like the stupid songs in
We
it.
should, but like the characters have big boobs.
Yeah, it's
and that's why it's called Edgytainment. or they mention Gamergate.
Johnny, yes, Papa, eating sugar, no, Papa.
Bears and Games Neo.
Oh man. BearsandGamesNeo.com/video
YouTube.
gallery. I don't know how to create a new YouTube channel.
Yeah, don't. Anyway,
just wanna
Johnny has a channel
squash
called
on
Bears and Games
edutainment.
Neo. You can find it on YouTube. It's delightful, wonderful, perfect, amazing, and you should go subscribe to it right now. Please.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess now we have to do the
Well, don't say it like that.
Mouth of Midnight.
Now we get to open the folklore tome and do the lore log.
It's Mouth of Midnight.
Lore log.
Jim said it's Mouth of Midnight. It has to be Mouth of Midnight.
I'm not going to say... See, I won't even say it there. I won't even say it to say that I'm not going to say it. I will
So,
say...
it looks like Edutainment is taken, but Edutainment 69 is available as a handle.
No.
No?
That's too edgy.
Edutainment
6'7".
Edutainment 6'7". Oh, there we go. Should I just put in 6'7", like the numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. It's so cool. Kids are gonna be like, "Where's my edutainment?" And they're gonna be banging down our door.
They're going to be like, 6'7".
Perfect. All right. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just making us all rich.
Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Go ahead with what? I'm not doing the quest log. I didn't fucking write these notes.
It's the lore log.
Oh yeah, hold on, I'll pull the notes
It's
up.
Mouth of Midnight. It's
So,
the mouth.
chapter 7, we need to go find Laurent.
Laurent?
Because he
Who's
knows
Laurent?
where to
Because
find...
I don't remember them bringing
Laurent
this
is
person
our
up.
mom's boyfriend.
I don't remember them bringing this person up
Mom's ex-boyfriend.
one single time before this.
Yeah, they didn't.
Because he was never brought up, yeah.
But Hazel clearly knows who he is. She's
Yeah.
surprised to hear him mentioned and is like, why would he know anything? Fun. I guess I'll go see Laurent. I don't want to. But
She
she's
broke
on
my
her way.
mama's heart.
That's right. And so we find... Like, we go to Laurent, and on the way we go through, like, an old kind of, like, shanty town.
Yeah, there's a lot of these in this fucking game. It's weird.
Well, it used to be a more industrial area, and now the only business in town is that hog farm. And guess what? Them hogs is drowned.
Yeah, also, Laurent's bar is definitely, like, in the middle of nowhere with no accessible, like, roads or anything. I don't...
It's like on a mountain face or something.
Yeah. And
So
it
it's not a
seems
bar.
to mostly be a shack.
It's a juke
Yeah,
joint.
it's a juke joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
So on
Sinners.
the way- Yeah, just like Sinners. On the way, we
So you're saying
learn
Sinners
more
ripped
about
off
Laurent.
South of Midnight?
Well, I think that Sinners was finished filming and edited by the time South of Midnight came out. I think it's one of those rare cases of spontaneous, simultaneous creativity. Like Dante's Peak and Volcano.
Oh, like those two Christopher
like-
Columbus movies I never watched. Like
There were two
Independence
Christopher
Day and
Columbus
Armageddon.
movies? Wait, it was Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Deep Impact.
it was Independence Day and Mars Attacks.
Like Jurassic Park and Carnosaur.
Like Jaws and Piranha 3D.
No, I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah, we learned more about Laurent. He was taught by his dad to always keep his emotions in. So men aren't supposed to emote. But all this bad stuff keeps happening. They're super poor.
They're super poor. His mom dies because she needs a doctor, but he only has company script, or his father only has company script, and the doctor won't take it, so he can't get medicine.
Yeah, that's the thing about these shanty towns too, is that, and you see this in Sinners too, when one of the guys tries to pay for his drinks with a wooden nickel. But like a lot of times they were paid in these wooden nickels that could only be used for certain things in certain places.
Yeah, only at the company store. And that is the world that our technocrat leaders are trying to bring back.
I would not be surprised
All right,
to
the
see
future's
an
bright.
executive order stating that company script is valid again.
You work for Amazon, you get paid in your Amazon bucks that you can spend
No,
at
it's
Whole Foods.
it's all crypto now, so you get Amazon coin.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We'd all have coin relative to where we worked.
This is a good idea.
This sounds we're making up a dystopia.
Yeah.
A worse dystopia.
Well, it's just how it used to be in the past in those mining towns and whatnot, and then people rioted, and many people died.
I like to think that because, like, you know, the technology is iterated upon so quickly now, you know, those cycles are way shortened. I hope, it's something that I hope for, that if we were to get to a point where people were ready to, like, foment some kind of insurrection, that it would happen relatively quickly. Like, I feel like the government would do something really terrible, and then I hope that, like, the next day we'd be all over that collectively.
Yeah.
That's what happened in South
That's not
Korea.
happening, though, and they are. So, sorry that didn't happen. You know what? I just realized, in Amazon, you know, garbage company, they don't have Amazon coin. They're going to be paying you in Amazon bored apes or whatever the fuck they were called.
You're gonna
Oh,
have
yeah.
Prime Bucks, dude. You're gonna have Prime Bucks.
Going to be NFTs.
Bezos bills.
Why should a company pay you something that you're just going to spend at some other company? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
You've convinced me. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
So Laurent, he's a Rougarou.
Yeah.
What's a Rougarou?
Yeah, we find Laurent. Yeah, we learned that Laurent, and so we see a scene of Laurent and his father. His father is confronting his boss because I think the boss is he laying people off? Something.
No, I
he
think
confronts him
Or
because
he told Laurent he
Well,
couldn't
don't we
get
go-
to
Laurent
work.
confronts the boss because
yeah,
he's so
but we
angry.
go see Laurent before this happens. We see Laurent transform before we learn about his horrible backstory.
Oh, we do?
We do. So we go to see him. Hazel's like, Laurent, you suck because you just left and didn't tell us why you were leaving us. My mom was really happy.
Oh, that's
with you.
right.
And Laurent's like, listen, I'm bad news. You don't want to be around me. And she's like, I don't care. I need your help. And you suck. And he's like, stop telling me I suck. You're getting me mad. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And she will not let up. And so
his eyes
he
turn
turns,
green.
Yeah.
And his skin turns green.
His hands turn into talons. And he does turn into a fully formed Rougarou.
What
did
is
you
a
guys do
Rougarou?
Have you guys looked up Rougarou? Are you familiar with the Rougarou?
No, that's
I
why
would
I'm
like
asking.
you,
What is a
to tell us
Rougarou?
about it. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's from what I understand when I googled it. It is it's basically I don't know that in the Rougarou Wikipedia article, which is the extent of my research, there was nothing about people turning into other animals that wasn't a wolf. So it's basically a werewolf,
Right.
in what I was reading.
But
According to what I was reading.
in this world, we are told that it doesn't have to be a wolf. It can be something else.
Yeah.
And this one
Whatever
is
you
an
want, really.
owl, but that's weird because there is no explanation given as to why that I recall. He just turns into a giant owl monster.
He's mad.
I get that he's mad, but why an owl? Why not
Why
a wolf?
not? Why a wolf?
Why anything? Does he have some connection with owls?
He's mad.
That does not explain anything. Are owls famously angry? I don't understand.
I think at one point we see some wood carvings, so maybe he had been carving a little picture of an owl or something like that. Maybe he just likes him.
Ooh, it sounds like Rougarou has some First Nation roots. That's interesting.
So
Ooh,
he
but this
turns
says
into
maybe
this
not, and is actually just a corruption of Loop Guru.
Loup-garou. So he turns into this owl. He flies away. The catfish is like, hey, I saw that Rougarou. You're lucky to get away from it. And she's like, nope, I'm not getting away from it. I'm going after him, and I'm going to reweave him. Catfish does not think this is a good idea. But
What's
Hazel,
reweave mean? And why is Jim drinking Pedialyte?
Jim's drinking Pedialyte because he's a baby, and reweave means to sort of stitch someone back together after they've experienced trauma. Make them human-like again.
It just kind of felt, and again, I don't know, maybe I missed something, but it just kind of, when she said, I'm going to reweave him, I was like, is that something you can do? Is this something you've established you can do, is reweave people?
That's what... Didn't we do that to Pancake or whatever his name was last time?
Yeah, Pancake.
Rhubarb.
Did
Rhubarb.
we? Because we fixed the tree,
Or we fixed the tree. We did to the tree, not rhubarb.
Yeah.
and then we did it to an alligator.
We're gonna heal him because
Okay.
that's what we're doing when we put the stuff in the bottle. Is we're putting there's a pattern. We put the pattern in the bottle. When all the patterns are combined, it forms a symbol. The symbol is what heals them, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea because this game does not bother to explain any of this stuff. It just kind of happens.
It's what we did with the tree where Bunny buried her daughter.
I don't know what we did with the tree where Bunny buried her daughter. Also, we left off at chapter 5 last week, and we did not discuss chapter 6.
Oh, we left off at chapter 5? I thought we left off at chapter 6.
Let's do a
Jim,
flashback.
give us the one sentence. We went to Bunny's cabin in the woods.
We go to Bunny's cottage.
There's a shitload of what's it called? Moisture? No.
Stigma.
Sigma. Yeah.
There's a lot of stigma. We learned that Bunny really favored her daughter Cherie, and when she accidentally drowned, she blamed Hazel's father Trey. Mm-hmm. And we learn from Bunny that it's Laurent who knows where to find Huggin Molly, who took our mom.
Yeah, and I guess we learned that Bunny took her daughter's corpse and put it in a tree. A lot of people putting things in trees in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bunny
to seal her soul up so it wouldn't pass on.
She sealed her spirit up in the tree, yeah.
She also has a whole bunch of stuff. Like, she has a little bit of Benji in her attic. She has other bits of magical stuff, and she doesn't say that she's a weaver, but Hazel sort of asks if she's a weaver, and then she's like, yeah, we're special, and then she sends Hazel on her way and gives her a nice change of clothes. Hazel gets a makeover.
Yeah, I don't like the new outfit,
These clothes
actually.
are pretty cool. I like the new outfit.
She looks like Southern goth now.
Makeover! Yay!
She doesn't seem like the type of person that would want to dress like a Southern goth, but she's dressed like a Southern goth.
Well, I don't think she really wants to, but she has to, because that's what she's given.
Yeah, that's true, because she was covered in poo.
Yeah, Catfish sort of makes fun of her new clothes, and Catfish tells her not to trust Bunny, and Hazel's like, I think I can handle my own grandmother, and Catfish is like, wait a minute, you're a flood? I would never have helped you if I had known that. And Hazel's like, well, help me anyway. So he does. The end. Yeah, and Hazel finds the tree.
Now we're all caught up.
Hazel finds the tree where Bunny entombed the corpse of her child, and Hazel sort of releases the child's spirit to go rest in the afterlife.
Now we can go find Laurent.
Yep.
Because we explained what happened.
Flash forward to Hazel chasing after Laurent. He has flown up to the top of an old mill, and we start climbing our way on up there.
The mill is where we find out what happens to the dad.
Yes. We learned that the dad went to the foreman. No, actually, Laurent went to the foreman to complain about how his mother died because the foreman wouldn't give them actual money. And then Laurent's father shows up, and the foreman gets scared and does shoot Laurent's father right in front of Laurent.
Yeah, he mentions that when Laurent's dad sees how heartbroken Laurent is, he kind of snaps and goes off on the foreman.
Right.
And the foreman gets scared and shoots him.
At which point, Laurent does become very upset and becomes a full Rougarou.
Yeah, well, the foreman drives off. He's like, "Oh my gosh, what have I done? I didn't mean for the gun to go off." And then he jumps in his car and drives away.
Yeah.
Jumps in his nice fancy car.
And Laurent's like, "Not so fast. I'm Rougarouing after you." And he does chase him down. He doesn't really know what happened. Yeah. But he Rougarou smashes him.
He takes his car and dumps it in the river, doesn't he?
Yeah. We also sort of learned that Laurent is probably like 100 years old or something like that.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna put this question in the notes, but is Laurent like immortal because he's a Rougarou?
He seems to be.
How can he have a relationship with
anybody,
Lacey, when he's immortal?
Yeah,
he's gonna break her heart again.
Hazel even remarks when she sees him, like, "Oh, you don't look like you've aged a day," or something like that. Like he's. Which, how does he own a bar and people don't notice that this guy doesn't change?
I don't know. I mean,
Sorry, the cat was going nuts, so I figured if I pet her for a minute, she would maybe go calm down instead of running around.
maybe
the house
he
like a
goes to
psychopath.
traveling and then he comes back and he's like, I'm Laurent Jr. My pappy used to own this place.
Oh,
Yeah, but it doesn't seem
be
to
great.
be the case.
I'll be right back. Talk among yourselves.
Okay.
But you know what I like? Jim, do you know what I like?
What?
I like the word Rougarou. That's fun.
Me too, and I like
You know
the
what? I
name
like it better than
Laurent.
Loop Guru. Ooh, you like Laurent. That's a good name.
Laurent is a cool name.
Did I ever tell you that my mother has told me that their first choice for my name instead of Matthew was, what was it? Lamar.
Lamar?
Yeah, I was almost Lamar.
What is there a way to abbreviate Lamar? Like Mars?
I don't know. That's a good one. And if my name was Lamar, I would want people to call me Mars. It's just such a weird name for. It just does
It
not.
is a weird name.
It's not a weird name, but it's not for. It just doesn't feel like it fits
My
me.
mom said she almost named me Kyle. Glad I wasn't named Kyle.
Yeah, you know what? James, Jimmy, Jim, way better than Kyle.
Yeah. So Laurent is like I'm a big owl and this is a video game, so I'm gonna fight you. And so I think this is the best boss fight in the whole game.
It's pretty good. There's some fun stuff leading up to this, actually, if you don't mind. I really liked
Sure.
you head through this kind of abandoned town where you learn a little bit about Laurent. And it is pretty sad. Like, I felt like, to me, I was like, if we had a connection to this guy, this would probably be pretty fucking cool. But instead, it's just like, who? Okay, yeah, he had a bad life, huh? Yep, that's too bad. But you do at one point go through a sawmill, and you have to, like, control this giant saw to cut down some trees. And I really liked that. That was fun.
There's a whole big puzzle area too before you get to Laurent in the mill, where you have to like move a bunch of stuff around. What is that? Where you're climbing up?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm
Is that what I'm
talking
talking about?
about, because you slowly move up. You start down at the saw, and Hazel's like,
Yeah.
that's the biggest saw I've ever seen.
It
And
is
then
a comically sized saw.
Yeah, you yeet it through some branches to continue. And then, yeah, you kind of have to head up. Laurent has fled to the top of this tall sawmill, and you have to get up to the top to confront him.
He's got his little nest up there.
This guy's a little nest up there. And yeah, I agree. This was a good boss fight. Unlike Two-Toed Tom, which I hated, this was fine. You can actually fight him? I don't know how else to phrase it. Like, you actually can fight this one. It's not just, hey, here's one thing you can do, and then the boss will roll over and you can hit it, and then otherwise dodge its attacks for 10 minutes.
Right. He does a thing where it goes really dark and you can't really tell where he is, and you have to anticipate where he might come from and dodge out of the way.
I like that. I like the it goes dark. They're gonna come in from a random side of the screen thing. There's a boss fight in the first God of War game that's like that, where you're fighting Magni and Modi.
When the big yellow eyes pop up that kind of signify the direction he is, it's pretty cool, though it's also pretty easy. Like, if he comes at you, you just turn around and he's behind
The
you.
camera always turns and centers exactly where the guy is gonna come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you can dodge.
And it is like in a room, so I did bounce off the walls a lot. Like, I dodged left and hit a wall, and be
Yeah,
like,
it's
well,
like a
guess
limited
I'm gonna
area.
get hit. And I can't see the wall, so how am I supposed to know this? But overall, it's a pretty good boss fight. You smack him around with your meat hooks, and then you reweave him.
You do, but then Laurent is like, thanks for calming me down, but you can't really reweave me because this is who I am. I is Rougarou.
So he's like a Rougarou forever.
It seems to be. She doesn't
If
cure
he
him
gets
of
shot
his...
with a silver bullet, will that cure him?
I don't know. I don't know if in this world that works on lupine Rougarous, and I don't know if it would work on an
Yeah.
owl Rougarou, regardless of the world.
Listeners, if you know a Rougarou or are yourself a Rougarou, will you email us and let us know how it works? squarespodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and put in the subject line, how to kill me. Parentheses, I am a Rougarou.
Yeah. If it doesn't have the parenthetical on it, we're just deleting it.
But he does seem to now have control over his Rougarou, right? Like he kind of. What, did you switch to drinking beers?
Yeah,
Is
because
that beer
he
now? What are you drinking
transformed
over there?
at will right after this. Because he flies us to the next area.
Yeah. He's like, well, now I'm doing commercial flights because you've sanified me. I'm sane, and I'm going to fly you wherever you want to go.
He says, you remind him, he's like, earlier when you came to my bar, you asked me about Huggin Molly. Why would you do that? And he said that she took my mom, and he makes a comment that is kind of curious in retrospect. He says, oh, your mom must have really been hurt.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I've never been able to find Huggin Molly's lair. He's like, but I can take you pretty close. Mm-hmm. So he flies you to the next area, which is the holler at the base of a mountain.
Holler.
A holler. So opens chapter 9, which is called Of Webs and Woman.
Mm-hmm. And
so,
what a woman she is.
And the very scary lady. But first we meet a kind old hillbilly named Itchy.
Let's talk about
I loved
Itchy.
Itchy was great.
I have one question about Itchy. And my question is, why he's so buff?
I assume that he lives out on a mountain with no roads and does not, I think, own a car. So I assume he chases down his dinner, like he's chasing squirrels and raccoons and...
Itchy's an old man, sort of in the style of like a 49er kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, he's kind of got like grizzled old prospector vibes.
He wears coveralls and no shirt, and he has the buffest shoulders that Hazel Flood has ever seen.
He demands $1 from Hazel to tour yet another decrepit town, another shanty town. This is legitimately like the 4th that we've seen.
Yeah.
But anyway, he demands $1, and Hazel doesn't have $1. And he's like, well, I guess I'll just let y'all through now then.
I'll take my payment at the pearly gates.
Yeah, I like that he asked us about it later. He's like, were you able to have like a money summer? I think that's what he says. He's like, were you able to have a money summer out there in the mountain?
But we learn a little bit about Molly, Huggin Molly, because Itchy is Huggin Molly took all the children of this shanty town except Itchy. He's the only one left.
The sole survivor.
And he's put up lots of signs, which are just crudely painted pictures of a giant spider over the town. Jim, how do you feel about this? Were you scared? Were you like, oh no, we're going to have to see a spider?
Huggin Molly is, I think it crosses over into like cool design territory. Because it's just a spider. If it's a human with spider features, I think that bothers me more than like a giant or like a spider with somewhat human features. Does that make sense?
No.
Nothing
that you feel about this makes sense.
Like if Vanessa showed up on one of our Zooms with normal Vanessa like body and hair, but like a terrifying spider face, that would be scary than if Vanessa showed up on a Zoom as a spider, but with a Vanessa head.
I see.
Like, that would be funny. But if you were a Vanessa person with a terrifying spider head, that would bother me.
I get it.
I would use my moderator controls to turn off your video.
I'm glad that that's as extreme as you're going to go. You're not going to try to exterminate me. You're not going to try to like pitchfork hunt me down because I'm
yeah, I mean, I'll tolerate you.
monster.
I just don't want to look at you.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, if I ever do become a spider, I will try to be a spider with a Vanessa head.
I'm a spider.
And not
That's like
a
a Shrek Cyclops.
not a Shrek Cyclops.
That's the closest I could find a spider. So.
All right, so it's time to journey to Huggin Molly's lair. We get a ride from Laurent, drops us at the top, near the top of a mountain, but we're going to have to keep making our way up on our own. Happily, Hazel quickly learns a new trick. It's Matt's favorite thing, new game mechanic.
No, this is just straight up the game like, well, we don't want to design any more levels, so here is a mechanic that will shoot you from tiny island to tiny island.
It doesn't shoot her anywhere. She can fly. She can fly now
Yeah, you
through
use
the air.
your threads to take it to fly on the wind, on a wind tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
We also learn about how much living in this holler sucked if you're a kid. And about how their parents all beat them. They never got enough food to eat.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess we're not done with Itchy's story, are we?
Look, I'm one of
No.
Rouge's pirates now.
I was getting a little ahead of myself.
Yeah, we see Itchy getting beaten by his father in a flashback. With a switch, he has like a... What do you call
Nintendo
that
Switch?
branch?
Yep.
Yeah, with a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, he has like a branch.
Yeah, he has a branch that he's beating him with, and it talks about how Itchy would just pray that someone, like an angel, would come down and take him away from all the bad stuff, but it never did.
Mm-hmm.
And we eventually, through the course of exploring the holler, we do find Molly. She's like has a doll of our mom for some reason.
Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. So we also learned that
don't we do Itchy stuff and then we see Molly and then we finish Itchy thing and then we do Molly again, right? Or is Molly all at once?
I think Molly's all at once. So we learned
Oh, yeah,
that
you're
Itchy's father died and presumably
was killed presumably by
Huggin Molly as revenge, I guess, for what was happening to Itchy. And
Itchy mentions that he mentions that all the kids tell stories about Huggin Molly, but they don't really know anything about her. But they know where she lives. There's a house like up on the mountain.
Yeah, and they go there and they get clothes and like.
Well, he mentions that they go there and they find that Huggin Molly is like kind of like nice and is nicer than their parents. So eventually it says that they go back with like clothes and stuff like that and stay there for longer. And in Itchy's case, he mentions that he goes there and ends up spilling all the secrets about how his father beats him.
Right.
And he thinks that's what set Huggin Molly on his father.
Yep. And then he goes to church to sort of try to get forgiveness for what he did. But it's not clear if he ever feels like he is forgiven. I don't think he does. And then we continue.
Poor Itchy.
Yeah, we continue up the mountain. We get a song sung by Hazel herself. It's a pretty brief little song, but it's kind of about overcoming obstacles. It plays over the gameplay. It's like, life is a battle to be won. I'm gonna find my mom. I'm looking for my mom. I'm gonna find my mom. My name's Hazel Flood.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then we enter Huggin Molly's lair, where we are treated to a puppet show.
Yeah, a little marionette show. But it's like, it's a dummy, a puppet of our mom.
It's a puppet
Life
of her
size?
mom, and it's the house, and it shows her being swept away in the flood, and then getting wrapped up in Hugging Molly's web. And Hazel gets so infuriated by this narrative that she just smashes up the whole puppet show. And then, lo and behold, who should be marionetting these puppets but Huggin Molly herself, the giant spider.
Hazel does not react appropriately to a behemoth-sized spider woman.
Yeah, this is like a Lovecraftian size spider. It's like the size of a mountain. It's huge.
What could be more appropriate than kicking this spider's ass?
Running away from it.
Hazel's gonna kick its ass.
And we do.
Well, first we sort of wander around the spider lair.
Oh, yeah, this like spider lair.
I like this. This was the first time in the game that I was... Excuse me. I felt like this was the first time in the game where I was like, ooh, this is good level design. I liked it. I liked the way it looked. I liked the way it played, like the climbing up this cavern or whatever it is.
It's sort of
fun.
a cavern, and then it has little houses in it with little rooms for children.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has a lot of beakers and scientific equipment, and it's huge stuff. It's like giant science tubes.
What's the deal with that?
What's the deal
Is
with
Huggin
giant
Molly a
science
scientist?
tubes? Maybe. Maybe she's a
Dr. Huggin
scientist
Molly?
and a spider, like Peter Parker.
Oh. You know, there is a shot you get in here. Like, at one point, you have to like chase Huggin Molly. You do something, and she runs away, and you have to chase her. And it shows Hazel like she's leaving the frame of the shot like by doing her grapple thing. Mm-hmm. But the way it's looking down on her, and it just shows her like. It looks like she's shooting a web out of her hand, and then like doing a Spider-Man fly out of the shot is what it looks like. I was like, oh, that looks just like Spider-Man.
Maybe this is a stealth Spider-Man game. Maybe that's where all of this is going.
Ooh, what if Hazel became a new Spider-Woman?
Yeah, maybe if she goes into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, a Spider-Woman that healed people's trauma with weaving powers? Hello.
Yeah.
Crossover time.
Marvel, are you listening?
We better see some Hazel in the next Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep. I think our first video on edutainment is going to be about how Hazel should go in the Spider-Verse.
This is going to be another thing where tomorrow John is going to instantly be like, I'm tired of hearing about this. What was the last time it was the movie? Donkula.
Oh, yeah. Johnny did not like our Donkula pitch.
Yeah, so Hazel is the Master Weaver. She controls the Spider-Verse.
But first she has to defeat the ultimate spider, Huggin Molly.
Mm-hmm.
We finally get to her by sort of manipulating some of the scientific equipment. We need to turn on Bunsen burners to create updrafts. We have to roll around vials, do all kinds of science.
Yeah, we don't do any science. We push some things around.
I think, that's physics.
Okay, you're right. You
True,
got me.
that is science.
Yep. I blinded you with science.
What's the deal with science?
We fight Huggin Molly, and then we murder her.
Talk about this Molly fight.
Throw some drugs at her.
Yeah, this is dumb.
I didn't like this either.
Yeah,
She's not as bad as Two-Toed Tom, but it sucks.
She's in the middle of an arena. She pops her little head out of the center and tries to get us with her weave attacks. And then we kind of run around the edge until some vials appear, and then we have to throw them at her until she's knocked out.
Yep, random magic vials.
Yep. And then they respawn, and we just do that over and over.
You do. She will eventually, when you've hit her enough, she'll smash the ground and you'll fall, and then you have to do a platforming section to get back to her, and that's obnoxious. What's going on here? What are you doing?
I kind of liked it.
Okay.
You
glad
fall
you liked
down
it.
there,
Yeah,
and
but
then she like pokes her little hands out at you, and she's like, "I'm gonna get you."
What do you think Huggin Molly would do if she actually caught us? Think she'd kill us?
I
Hug
think
us,
she'd,
obviously.
yeah, she'd hug us. She'd wrap us up in her silky spider webs.
I wonder if Huggin Molly's based on a real thing.
Interesting
Is
question.
Huggin Molly based on a real cryptid?
If only there was some way to find out.
Ask Matt. That's what I always do when I have a question.
Matt,
Huggin Molly does have a entry on cryptids.fandom,
ooh.
an alleged humanoid entity from Alabama folklore that is said to haunt the town of Abbeville. In this, she just looks like a lady with an umbrella and like a gross head.
Ooh.
Does she
Is it a
like to
gross
take
spider
children?
head?
She's either a ghost or a hag, and she's indescribably
hag.
ugly.
Oh, no, she's not. That's mean.
She has a very large head as big as a bale of cotton.
Cool.
She's described as having an overpowering odor.
Of what?
It doesn't say.
You sure we're not just talking about Vanessa?
Yeah, it's starting to sound like me. Big head.
Has a
Overpowering odor.
real obsession with cats.
Eats a lot of cheese.
Eats a lot of cheese and mushrooms. Ooh, it's purported that if Huggin Molly is given a gift of some kind in place of a hug, such as food or alcohol, she'll bless that person with good luck or give them a bottle of her tears, which is said to cure any disease. Ooh, and if you give her a kiss instead of a hug, she becomes flustered and disappears.
This is me. This is me.
Oh, man. So we do beat Huggin Molly, and when we do, we find half of like a best friend's locket.
Yeah, wow, this is weird.
Yeah,
This
and then
is
we
so
see.
fucking weird. Hazel's that looks just like my mom's locket, and it's just sorry, I hit my laptop.
It is her mom's
It
locket.
is it's not a locket, Jim. It is half of a best friend's necklace you can buy at Claire's in the mall, and I know because I bought one for my brother and his best friend once.
Yeah,
But
so
we see a little like dream image of Hazel's mom where she describes drowning or about to drown in the river, and then she's saved by Huggin Molly,
yeah,
who heals her.
who heals her, takes her to Claire's, and gets a best friend's
Gets
necklace
her
for
a
the
fun
two of them to
bracelet,
wear.
yeah. There should have been like a nice montage of like "You're My Best Friend," that Queen
Yeah.
song, and it's Huggin Molly and Lacey going to Claire's in the mall. maybe getting some Annie Ann's pretzels or.
Well, it becomes pretty clear because Hazel's mom's a social worker, and she's made sort of oblique references to Hazel about working with someone outside of the system to get the kids that the system failed a place to live, and becomes pretty clear that she's in on this Huggin Molly scam.
Although you do see one of these kids, like right now, and they look like little undead zombies.
Yeah, they took, Huggin Molly's special medicine that she cooked up in her lab. I wonder if maybe the idea, when it talks about the system failing these kids, maybe they did die or were about to. And then Huggin Molly took them and healed them to the best
you
of
think
her
Huggin
abilities.
Molly's bringing kids back to life?
I think she's maybe finding kids who are on the very edge and doing
When
the best
we-
she can.
When we finally meet one of these kids, it does look like a fucking vampire.
Yeah.
Pallid,
Like
pale,
bluish,
weird
gray
skin.
Yeah. She's like, you look like that lady who was here earlier, but she's nice and you're mean.
Yeah. You suck. And Huggin Molly
Kids are the
is
worst.
running away because she's tired of getting vials thrown in her face, and Hazel chases after her, trying to apologize, but the kids keep like nagging her. They're like, "You hurt Huggin Molly. That's our mom," or whatever. But Hazel finally does catch up with her, and do they have a nice conversation?
Yeah, they talk, and then the mom is there.
They hug
and
it
then
out.
They
Yeah,
her
they
and
hug it
Hazel
out and
reunite,
everything.
and they all hug.
No.
Did we mention that we found Hazel's mom before we fought Huggin Molly, and she was all yarned up, and
Yeah, she's
Hazel
all
lost her
yarned
fucking
up.
mind
Yep.
and thought she was dead?
Yep. Because
Which,
she
like,
does
hold
not-
your hand up to her nose. Is she breathing? Like, do anything.
Hazel does not realize that her mom is just healing with Huggin Molly huggin magic. Because why would she really? But I do kind of like this. I like that Hazel makes such a big mistake and is not like a perfect protagonist.
Yeah. And that leads her to murder a giant spider woman.
She doesn't murder anyone, Bunny does. That's right.
That's right.
Granny appears.
How the fuck
Whoa,
did
this
Bunny
is
get
crazy.
here?
This made me feel bad. Well, she followed us. She said she followed us.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me feel bad because she totally murders Huggin Molly.
Yeah.
She does, and it annoyed me because it takes her a solid 5 minutes of, like, slowly stabbing Molly, and Hazel just kind of hangs out and is like, don't do that. Hey, stop it. Hey, knock it off. Like, hey, use your magic powers. Why don't you use force pull and get her away from Molly?
She's not going to force pull her own grandmother. Who do you think she is?
What? So if Bunny is not a weaver and can't control the tapestry or the
I
strands or whatever,
guess Bunny
how
is
she
a
doing
weaver. I
telekinesis?
thought she was not, but it seems like she is, which
She
seems
mentions
weird.
in her diary at the beginning when we find the hooks or whatever, she mentions that the hooks don't sing to her and that she can't see the strands except for like outside of her peripheral vision.
I think she's more of a witch.
Yeah,
she's a
Vanessa's
witch.
probably
Okay.
right. I mean, my first instinct
I was
when
gonna
she
ask,
was
if she
like,
was.
yeah, I'm a weaver, I was like, bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think she's a weaver. I think she's more of a witch, and let's face it, to use a gendered insult, more of a bitch for what she does to
Whoa.
Huggin Molly.
We don't use that kind of language in
Yeah,
this podcast.
this was really
Only
sad
in the chat.
actually.
It was
Because
sad.
we did learn that one Huggin Molly's really cool.
Well,
And then
she
we
is
just
still
see
a
her
giant,
totally
terrifying
die.
spider monster. I don't know.
That's just how she
Yeah, I don't know why
looks.
she has to be so terrifying.
And she does have a bunch of zombie children living with her, which I don't know if that's good either, to be honest with
She
you.
got them out of bad
Well, she
situations.
deserved-
And
she
turned them
deserved
into
to have her
creepy
day in
zombie
court.
monsters.
You know, it's not us to judge Molly. That's for a jury of her peers.
That's right.
Yep.
Her peers
Gotta
like
get a
Benji
panel
the tree,
of
Two-Toe
12
Tom.
giant spiders together.
Yeah, that would be so funny if she was arrested and she was put in a courtroom and there was a jury of other spider people. One's like a bald guy in like a yellow suit. One's like an old lady. There's a judge. There's a
Drinking
spider
Bob.
judge with like the British like wig on.
Let's name some of these
love it.
jurors. There's
I love
Drinking
it.
Bob,
There's
Kissing Mary,
Yeah. There's Sliding
Ejaculating Jonathan, and we don't talk about him.
Sam. No. Not until he
There's,
comes
uh,
back from his vacation.
There's old stroking Sammy.
You guys are just making a jury of perverts. It's a jury of
You're
peers,
right,
not
you're
a
right.
jury of perverts.
You're right. There's
Spinning Sally. There's
There's Bikin' Billy.
there's Talking Tom.
You know, Huggin Molly is not alliterative.
Chatty Cathy.
And so you don't have
There's-
to alliterate all of these names.
Handshake Hank.
Jerk off, Jack!
All right, you can
the
have one.
Honorable Judge and Johnny.
I'll allow jerk off Jack as long as he's the only person.
Jerk off Jack.
I don't know.
Actually, jerk off Jack isn't eligible for jury duty because he's a felon.
Yeah.
There's bitch face Deborah. That's her
Wow.
whole deal. Just shooting that look at people. Yep, that's the one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh,
So
that's good. That's funny stuff. That's good content, guys.
to add a little bit of insult to injury, Bunny is like, yeah, I killed Huggin Molly. I don't give a shit about your mom. And by the
I
way,
don't give a shit about you. She
Yeah.
said, oh, sorry. Go ahead and say it.
oh, she says, you look like your mother, but you're just like your father. A mistake. And then
Yeah.
she yeets her right off the mountain.
Yeah.
Like your dad was a mistake and so were you.
Murder.
And then force
Mm-hmm.
pushes her right off the cliff.
In my family,
Yeet.
we call that a surprise. You know?
In my family, we call that a term of endearment.
Say
That's
it.
something I was going to say
Say it.
about Bunny.
You think she's hot.
Oh, I don't understand. Excuse me. Is Bunny a sexy grandma? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Ooh, I think so.
Name a sexier grandma.
Trey's mom has got it going on. I've lost it again. What was I saying? You fucked me up.
She goes off the mountain.
Didn't we yeet Bunny's dead daughter's soul to the afterlife?
Well, I don't know if you call that a yeet. She
Well,
was
didn't-
Crying when Hazel
Didn't we
found
release it though?
her. Yeah, to rest in peace.
So Hazel does not tell Bunny this, so Bunny's like, I'm gonna go bring my child back to life, and Hazel shouldn't be like, oh, I already took care of that.
Why would she
You don't think
say
that's
something?
important information?
Well, maybe she would have told her that if Bunny didn't eat her off the mountain.
Is that what happened with Cherie? We didn't eat her to the afterlife, did we?
I thought we did.
We
healed.
put her
We
to rest.
retrieved
Yeah,
her. I don't know what the fuck we did because this game doesn't explain anything.
Cherie's crying when we find her, and Hazel is like, it's okay, you can rest now, you can go on to your eternal slumber in the afterlife with your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe she wasn't that explicit. But she does, I think, send her to her eternal rest. And Bunny does not know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, so then we get I like this next part. Like in between these chapters you get like the storybook transitions.
Mm-hmm.
I like that this next transition starts with Catfish narrating and then Hazel takes over and was like, "You know what? It's time for me to start narrating."
Yeah.
And then she takes over, and I think that is such a good I don't know what you call it, twist like progression on the way the narrative is unfolding.
I hate it. I like the Catfish narration. I don't care about Hazel's narration. I also hate these interstitial parts because A, they're janky as hell on my Xbox Series X, which they should not be. Fucking
They are
skippy
meant
and
to
janky and
be.
shitty. No. I agree that, like, to some degree we've solved the riddle of, are they trying to make it look like it's stop motion animation? These scenes are just, like, buffering while they're playing. It's not just skipping a few frames. It's fucked up, and it drives me up the wall. A, but
It
B,
is pretty janky here.
it really bugs me that it just tells you what happened. Like, I just played that. You don't fucking have to tell me. I know. Your chapters are not long enough that I need a recap in between every chapter. 10-hour game.
I actually agree with you. I think there should be more like
It should be more about like
internal
the
dialogue,
exactly
or there
what I was
should be
gonna
more
say.
like world building and stuff.
Anything.
Or something like there should be new information gleaned from these cutscenes,
Not
but
just,
generally
well,
there's not.
You climbed the mountain and you killed Huggin Molly and your grandma tried to kill you. Bye. And also, it loves to tell you what's next. Well, you climbed the mountain and your grandma tried to kill you, and now you're going to go to a swamp and you're probably going to save a little baby and his monster mommy. Like, why don't you just let me play the game?
I like it. I think it makes it more folklore-y, and I like it. And also, I like it.
Huggin
we
Molly's
wake up.
God, and I can't get it out of my head.
Speaking of Hazel's narration, she narrates that as she's falling, she's thinking of her mom, and she says that she never realized how much was on her mom's mind, actually, and how heavy everything was.
Yeah, I like this.
So-
This is, it's typical stuff, but like the kid finally growing up enough to realize, like, oh, like you don't, when you're a kid, you don't think about your parents that way. You don't think about them. They're just figures in your life. And then you get to a point, an age where, you basically, I don't want to sound dismissive of children, but like you get smart enough to realize, like, oh, they're like people. And like every time I was like an asshole, like that really sucked for them because they were trying really hard.
I'll get there someday.
I remember hearing a long time ago, like a big part of growing up is realizing that your parents are flawed people.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think that's what she's realizing. All right, what else? We have a whole other chapter to talk about. So we get another.
Do we? Because
sequence.
nothing happens in this chapter.
Well, we get the next, like, this is where I think the game kind of, I don't want to say falls apart, but becomes much less interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely
I think
like,
is
hey,
when
guess
we're
what? There's a
introduced to
big bad
Kuzma.
guy, and you're going to have to go fight him, and that's going to be the end of the game. That's my guess. I haven't played it.
Yeah, here's the bad guy who's introduced in the third act for some reason. That's kind of what I don't like about it. But we see our mom wrapped up in a Molly cocoon. We see the guy from the cart from the beginning.
Yeah,
who had
with the big
cart that was
hog,
pulled
with the
by the
big hog.
Yeah, big hog. And we see him helping our mom up, and he says his name is Rue. And we notice that he is also the voice of the fog that has been chasing us every time we are about to heal someone. And he tells us that if we want our mom back, we need to meet him at Kushma's Cabaret. And he flips us a coin.
And I
then we
assume
wake
this will
up.
be like on an island in the middle of a river that's also completely inaccessible to any human being, like every other location in this game. We'll only be able to
Probably.
get there by flying. Where is their
Yeah.
customer base? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So Catfish tells us that he can get us. We learned that Kushma's is actually in the land of dreams and nightmares. Is what Catfish says. But he says he can help us get there. But before we go, we need to find. We're missing our equipment. Crouton has our hooks, but we're missing our spindles.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I hated this.
we need to go search the swamp for our spindles.
I was not aware that all of our powers were called spindles.
That's because you refuse to accept that she has weaving equipment and not gross meat hooks.
What's a spindle?
But they're not. Wait, what? But she has the hooks.
Oh, a spindle is what holds the thread, right?
Yeah. You wind it up. It's what Sleeping Beauty pricks
what
her
the-
finger on. But it
Have
doesn't
they
have
been
to be
referring to
attached
these
to a
as
wheel.
spindles? I understand that her hook things are like little crochet hooks, but why is her force push and force pull? Why are those called spindles?
Well, with the pull, she's like throwing a thread out and pulling the thing towards her.
Yeah, she has her magic staff.
I don't
How does
know
that
how
work
to
for a
explain the
force
push. I don't know how to
No,
explain
it
the
doesn't.
push.
That doesn't make sense. That does not track.
I don't know how to explain that one.
I don't. This confused me. She's talking about getting her spindles back, and I was like, Crouton just gave you one and the other one's right there. Let's go. And then I looked up and I was like, all my powers are gone. Those are spindles?
Yeah.
Have they been calling them spindles?
No, it's her spindle is what allows her. It's basically a magic wand.
You know
Have
what?
you not opened up the codex?
Have you
at
seen
all?
her pull out a magic wand when she uses her powers?
We saw her find
because
the
they're
magic
spindles,
wand
motherfucker.
before she learned
There
her
are
first
no
power.
wands. It's a spindle.
You just forgot. You forgot about when we got it, but that definitely happened.
Yeah, I guess we did grab something. I didn't realize there were spindles.
A spindle.
So each of our magic powers is represented by a spindle that we carry around in our pocket.
No, we carry around one spindle, and that allows us to access our magic powers.
But you have to go get multiple spindles back. You get your powers back one at a time here. So did it break into pieces?
Maybe.
No, because it didn't say anything about that. You explain this to me to my satisfaction, and you have not done so. So she has a spindle. Spindles plural is what she says, and she gets them back one at a time.
Just gotta get her spindle.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I like this game, but I wish it was better. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I like it. I like playing it. It's fun. Fun game. I wish it made sense and was better.
It's fun to get a spindle.
Well, what do you think about this?
How many
cool
spindles do you
monster
think she has?
baby?
Do you think she has maybe like 6 or 7?
I thought it was one for each power.
Spindle.
6, 7.
Oh, I get it. 6, 7. You know what? You guys want to hear a funny story about 6, 7? I was
Not
at a high school marching band competition over the weekend, and when they were announcing the results, the crowd was on one side of the stadium, and all the bands, the schools, were on the other side. Mm-hmm. And they were announcing the scores for in ascending order, and 13th place out of 20, the score was 62.675, and when the announcer said 0.67, the entire student section said 6-7 and did that. You could see it all happen at once. It was and it happened in an instant.
Dictionary.com
my
has
God.
named 6-7 its word of the year, which I find infuriating. not because I dislike 6-7, though I will say I am already sick of that shit. My kids are doing it all the time. It's not funny. It was funny once, you know what I mean? But whatever, I'm not 14. But I find it infuriating because this is, as far as I can tell, a thing that just cropped up a week ago, a month ago at most. And that's your word of the year?
So random.
I was driving my
Take it
daughter
off.
and some of her friends to a fall festival tonight, and one of her friends kept saying "clock it," and Haley, my daughter, was getting very upset. She was like, "Dad can't know about clock it," which, by the way, I did surreptitiously Google on my phone while I was at a red light, and definitely is just I see that. That's all it means. But if you think I did not spend the rest of the night saying "clock it" to my daughter, you'd be wrong.
6, 7.
Clock it.
Oh, but there's also the new meme I told you guys about yesterday, which is Chungus Life.
No, that's not a thing, and I refuse.
That's just the
Just
name of your
because
cat.
you said it.
No, it is a thing. It's on social media.
Yeah, you
It's
put
real.
it there.
I saw an ad. I got an ad that was an ad for a T-shirt that said "Fuck my Chungus Life." It's a real meme.
My son has
You guys
told me
just
that
are
the
cool.
new number is... See, my son says 6-7 is dead, and 41 is the new number. And I just don't.
41.
I know. I'm just like, come on. Just a new number, that's it? Grow up. Get out of here.
Just a new number. Come on.
He's probably just trying to get you
All right,
to
what
say
happened-
it and look foolish.
No, I just looked
What
it up on Know
happens
Your Meme.
What happens with the swamp baby?
There's a baby in the swamp. It's not a baby.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe it as a baby. It's a gigantic tree monster that acts... It's childlike. Babies basically lay in one place and cry, so I don't think it's a baby. Because it plays hide and seek and stuff.
It's a toddler.
Yeah, it's kind of like it reminded me of Ludo from Labyrinth.
Well, Jim, I don't know if only toddlers play hide and seek. I mean, you can be a grown man in an Airbnb with a woman that you're into and try to play hide and seek with her.
Yeah, that's called having game, Matt. Like, that's how you pick up women, is you play hide and seek with them.
Yes, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. That
Especially
makes
when
sense.
she's
That's
like, I
having
want to
game.
go to bed, and you're like, no, hide and seek.
Especially if it's nighttime, and especially after you've already noticed a weird man in your house.
Yeah. I mean, my only assumption there is that you're hoping it'll end in a tickle fight or something that turns to sex, right? Like, you're a child. You're a man
best
child.
Case scenario, the object your affection is actively hiding from you. So that seems like a bad way to kick off a flirt.
It's called the art of seduction. You guys clearly know nothing about it.
Remember Teen Witch when they go to the sex house and the guy runs up the stairs and is like, "Come find me." It's like that.
Exactly.
Where am I?
Where am I?
I'm just a sneaky little boy.
No, let's fuck. In fact, now that I think about it, I have to assume that hide and seek guy from that terrible Fears to Fathom game is a big Teen Witch fan. What other explanation could there be?
Yeah, I mean,
For
his
that
name is
behavior.
Mike, by the way. His name is Mike.
Is
He has
the
a
guy
name.
in
didn't need to
Teen
know
Witch
it.
named Mike? Is it the same
Probably.
character?
Seems like a Mike.
It's either Mike or Richie. It's one of those.
No, Richie's definitely the brother in Teen Witch.
Yeah.
Oh, is Richie the brother?
Yeah. You went to one dance and now you think you're hot stuff. You're a dog.
That kid was a fucking psycho.
He was the best character in the greatest movie ever made. Top that.
Brad, I believe, was the name of the love interest in
Brad.
Teen Witch.
That fits as well.
Yeah.
He seemed like a Brad.
Oh, and he's still acting to this day.
Mm-hmm. There's local community theater. So we meet a baby.
Jim.
Jim, we met
We
a
meet
baby.
He's not a baby. You just told me he's not a baby.
I don't care anymore. Move on.
He's a childlike swamp
It's
monster.
9:30, Jim.
I don't know. It is almost 9:30. We play hide and seek with him. I don't know what else to say. He's a monster.
He's like a childlike
I think-
monster. Yes, Vanessa just said it, and I kind of talked over her.
We say
He's a lot like Ludo
we see
in Labyrinth.
Mahalia again in this chapter, right? We see the
Mahala?
old Weaver again, right? Mahalia.
Yes, we do. You're right. In the
Yeah.
first episode, I was all, this ghost is never coming back, and then she came back.
Oh yeah, wrong.
Hi.
I don't remember what happens with this swamp thing.
Well, because most of it happens in Chapter 11, which you didn't write notes for. So should we not do Chapter 11, or what's the plan?
Let's
I don't
not
like
do
this.
it.
Because we're only an hour and a half into this episode, and if we push this to next week, that means next week's episode will be another 3-hour episode, the one I have to edit the
No,
day after
actually,
I
I
fucking
think-
move.
So according to the playthrough that I watched, so I could get like a recap of what was said during the cutscenes, there's only like 2 hours of playtime, 2.5 hours, I think, after this.
And
it's really
I also
short.
didn't do chapter 11 because I thought we weren't going to.
That's fine. We do go to the swamp and we meet this little baby monster, this little toddler monster named Honey. We play hide and seek with it, and then it invites us to its house, and we go there. It has a little fire crackling, which I thought was hilarious. This giant tree child making a tiny little human-sized fire. Who is this for? Like, if you made a fire like that, you would have you're making a fire out of toothpicks. I'm just saying it's weird. Anyway, and then Honey lays down on its stump bed or whatever and goes to sleep, and we sit down by the fire and pass out, and that's the end of chapter 10.
Wow, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
We're
maybe one of the
only-
worst episodes we've ever done. We completely skipped the first chapter and then had to run back and summarize it.
That's true.
Is this the episode where we say what the first chunker of
No.
the next? Oh no, it's where we announce the next game.
We've already
But
done
we
it.
should probably think about what the first chunker of Paper Mario is, so that we can all play it.
Okay. I don't know. I said I'd do the notes, and I've got some of the notes written, but also I'm busy this week, so like I don't know how much
Yeah,
time
you
I'm
don't
gonna
have
have.
to like solve for it right now.
Yeah, just keep it in mind while you enjoy Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you need to take like next week off, we can figure something out.
Yeah, I think I'll be all right, but I got to get through this weekend. All right, hey, next week we will finish South of Midnight. And before we dive into our popular beloved level up segment, we should probably talk about what we're squarely against, and I'm going to kick us off. I love you, Huggin Molly. You're the best. This was a great little story and really worked well with the way things kind of turned out, with her being, not the villain we thought she was. It had like an emotional turn to it. It was great. This was a fantastic, and the great level design. This was a fantastic chapter. Best chapter of the game by far, so far. Song wasn't as good. None of the songs have been nearly as good as the first song, but still pretty good. Still a great level, great chapter. Couple of chapters, and I liked it a lot. What about you, Vanessa?
I am roundly for Hazel making mistakes. I think it can be really a hard needle to thread in a video game where you're in some ways being the protagonist yourself, to have a protagonist who doesn't get everything that's going on. But I think that Hazel's a strong enough character that you understand why she's doing everything she does and why she makes the assumptions that she does, even when they're wrong. And I enjoy that she's imperfect. I think it's nice. How about you, Jim? What are you squarely against?
I am roundly for the game being willing to make its characters directly responsible for the death of other characters, like in these flashbacks. Like, I feel like in more like kid-oriented games or in other games, they would like in the case of like Laurent, rather than Laurent like actually murdering the guy that killed his dad, which he does, in like another game, he would like get mad and the accident with the owl when he flew away would knock over a beam that would crush
you're right.
the foreman or whatever. But like in these flashbacks, like the characters are directly responsible for the deaths of other people, and like I feel like that's not something you see a lot in these types of games. And
Yeah, we
like
saw it with Rhubarb and Dolly Parton in the last chapter. Like, this game is very much about people murdering each other.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, and I like that the game is not afraid to go there.
I like, too, that it's not about, like, Hazel then. I know Matt might have some different opinions he's expressed, that he thinks that, Hazel should be going to the authorities with this shit, but I sort of like that it's kind of like, okay, this is like a tragedy that happened, and it just happened, and there's not really anything to be done about it.
Yeah, and
There is something to be done about it,
that
though.
point. But like Hazel's not she's not delivering justice. She's like delivering acceptance, kind of.
Yeah, but she could also
Like,
deliver
she's not
justice. Like, I
judging
hope this
anyone.
game ends with her
She's not
walking
punishing
into a
anyone.
sheriff's office and being like, okay, here's what I got. Rhubarb nailed his brother into a tree. Dolly
she's just a
Parton
narc.
fed her fucking father to an alligator. Laurent didn't actually. Laurent.
Oh, so you're willing to forgive some murders, but not others.
And
he was
also,
a-
I
he
yelled
was
at
a
this
giant
old
owl
lady.
monster at the time. Like, how do you try that one in a court of law? Yeah, I was a child, and my father got shot in front of me, and then
Roo-roo abuse.
I hulked out and turned into a giant owl monster. Like, what are we doing here? Also, like, he's like handsome and cool, and I like Laurent.
He is pretty handsome and cool.
He looks like a guy who would own a juke joint. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
smoke
that is our Squarely Against segment, and now let us dive into Level Up. Vanessa, you have been really making use of spooky season this year, having watched a million movies. Are you keeping a list? I kept a list last year. Are you keeping a list?
No. But,
Lame.
well, I guess my list is sort of this show where I report what I have watched, if I can remember all of it. So I did watch Weapons, which I talked to Jim about at length, so I'm not going to get into it here. But I will say
Why?
I liked it
I wanna know.
very
I
much.
wanna talk about it.
You can listen to the episode that Jim and I recorded.
Oh, you guys recorded a Weapons episode?
Sort of. We did kind of half No, I'm Not Human and half Weapons.
I don't want to. Is it the first half?
No, it's the
Well,
second
then I'm
Second
never
half.
going to hear it because I'm not listening to that. I don't care about No, I'm Not Human. I think it's boring as shit.
I also watched video game movie Until Dawn, based on the video game of the same name, and it was such a faithful adaptation.
I mean,
No
based
notes.
on doing a lot of work there.
It felt like they had a different script, and they were like, what if we called this Until Dawn, and got Peter Stormare in for like one scene. And
like put the Wendigo in, kind of.
yeah, and that's also sort of there. It was a very strange movie. It was a time loop movie, but it didn't need to be. I didn't feel like it added anything to it because it's a time loop where different things happen every day, so you can't actually learn from the time loop or make any different choices.
They did learn and make different choices. And the reason it was a time loop movie was so that we could watch these 5 20-somethings get brutally killed over and over again.
Isn't it
That's
amazing
true.
when they explode, though, Vanessa? Isn't it so...
It
That
was
was the
fine
best
the
part of the
first
fucking
time,
movie.
then it just kept
The
happening.
first time it happened, it made me, like, scream in the theater, I remember.
That was when I was watching in the theater and I went into it with such low expectations. And then I was kind of like, wait, what if this isn't that bad? And then they all started exploding. And I was like, wait, what if this is awesome?
I also watched or rewatched Cabin in the Woods, which I'd seen before,
Ooh.
and enjoyed that. I would say if you're looking for a unconventional horror film about a group of young people, Cabin in the Woods, better choice than Until Dawn.
Yeah, that's kind of one of my, I mean, that's like one of my all-time faves, but I hold that one in pretty high regard. I know people didn't like the like weird meta third act rather, but I always did. I liked it. I thought it was fun and crazy and different and interesting.
Yeah,
So you got some Chris Hemsworth in there?
I think I liked it better this time round than the first time I saw it, and it might be because I'm more open to nihilism these days. You know?
It's like the end of the Evil Dead reboot, not the newest one, which I don't know was a reboot, but you know what I'm talking about. The attempted Evil
one that
Dead
was
reboot
like,
that ends with the
yeah.
that ends with the world ending. I kind of loved that. It was
With, like,
wild.
the sky raining blood.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Like
Yeah, that's-
giant monsters in the background. Like, oh shit. You done fucked up. Continue, Vanessa.
I also rewatched 1408, which I enjoy. I like that movie. I can't really justify liking that movie. It's not that good. But I enjoyed it, and I also noticed this time round that Tony Shalhoub is in that movie. Seems like I'm making things up because there's only 2 people in that movie, John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson. But Tony Shalhoub is in like one scene, and I think I read that
Weird.
he maybe was supposed to be more involved at the end, but was not.
It was, like, written out or
Yeah.
cut out.
Yeah.
I think I like that one too. I watched it last year. It's got a shitty ending, but there's like an alternate ending online. But like it is like a pretty don't stand on my fucking laptop. But it has a pretty and it's like pretty intense, right? Like it's
Yeah,
a good
it's
time even if
intense.
it's not a great movie.
One of the things I appreciated was like the things that were scary in the story or scary in the movie. Like when he picks up the phone and there's just like a German guy yelling at him. Like that, when I read that in the story, it freaked me out. And it was just as freaky in the movie. And when he tries to get that person's attention from like in the building over, and it's just like a reflection.
Yeah,
of him,
that was creepy.
That always freaked me out too, and like it's just as creepy in the movie as it is in the story. So like that's one thing I liked was that it met my expectations.
Yeah,
in that way.
it's based off a Stephen King short story, I think, and it stars.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yeah.
and stars John Cusack in maybe his last good movie so far. Although
Mike Enslin.
Mike Enslin.
No.
Isn't that his name in the movie?
Oh yeah, might be. Don't remember. I cannot remember the names of video game characters or movie characters.
I don't think you can remember our names. Yeah.
I remember all of your names. I don't necessarily remember which one goes with which man.
Anyway, what other movies did you watch?
I also watched Escape Room. This was a movie I really wanted to enjoy. I'd wanted to see it for a long time because I love escape rooms, but I did not like it very much. I did like the set pieces. I didn't like the sort of what they ended up doing with it, which, earmuffs, spoilers for Escape Room, is basically just Squid Game.
Yeah.
I wished there was more of a point to it, but there wasn't. And finally, I watched Afraid. This is a movie I just kind of stumbled across on Netflix, and it looked stupid enough to have on, but not have to pay that much attention to it. It is a smart home movie. It stars, what's his name? Commander Sulu, but
John
the new
Cho.
guy, John Cho. And also a woman who was in things I've seen before, and I did like her performance. And her name is, time to Google, Afraid. Catherine Waterstone, who was in those Fantastic Beasts movies as the sort of love interest of Eddie Redmayne. And so it was nice to see her outside of those, because those movies are nigh on to unwatchable. And then she was also in that HBO Perry Mason series.
Ooh, I never watched the second season of that. Is it good?
I remember it being okay.
Okay.
Afraid is a smart home movie, as I said. The biggest delight was discovering that David Dastmalchian's in it. Didn't expect to see him, and yet there he was, in a pretty unfortunate wig and or haircut. Hard to tell which it was. Afraid. You don't need to watch it.
Will you? I'm not gonna make you promise me, but will you consider doing me a favor?
I will consider
Which
it.
is watching a good smart home horror movie, which is Margot, about the killer smart home.
Didn't you make me watch that one?
No, Margot is the first kill is a guy who sits in a massage chair that decides to kill him by squeezing his muscles so much that they explode.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's a terrible movie, but I think you guys should watch it.
I will consider it. I'm glad you didn't ask me to watch Nickelodeon's Smart House. I think that was a Nick original movie. It might have been Disney Channel.
That one has the lady from Married with Children in it.
Is that her? I thought she was just like someone styled like that woman.
No, I'm pretty sure it's that lady.
Smart House. Kathy Segal.
Yeah, Katie Segal.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that when it came out. I don't really remember very much about it. I think the Smart House feels bad at the end about everything it did. uh, so those are the movies I have watched so far. I will probably continue my horror movie-a-thon to the end of this week, which is only a couple days. But who knows what delights I'll see. Maybe I'll see Margot if I can figure out where it's streaming.
I think it's on Prime.
Oh. Matt, how did you level up?
Well, I did not do a ton this week. I did read another book. It is called Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie. I read a book called Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie. It's a sci-fi novel. It is a story about a spaceship, an AI-controlled spaceship who has been stuck into a human body and is on a revenge mission against the people responsible for sticking her in that body. And it was really good, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I didn't quite love it. I didn't go crazy for it. I did not immediately pick up the sequel and read it, though I did buy it, and I will read it. But it was good, interesting fun. It was an interesting society. It was about a spacefaring empire that has conquered, most of the known galaxy, mostly by dint of just having the best shields, which I thought was kind of a fun and interesting way to do it. They just have really fucking great shields. And so nobody can hurt them, and they can hurt a lot of people. And these giant AI-controlled spaceships have these have thousands of troops called ancillaries that are basically just have like a downloaded, connected piece of the AI in it. It's really not like a piece. It's like each troop is like part of the whole, and so it's kind of a mystery as to how this AI, this ship has ended up in with just this one body, and where's the ship and the rest of the soldiers and what's going on. But it was really interesting, and it was really fun. It had an interesting empire. Everybody was like, it was very intentionally like everybody from this empire was referred to as her. Like, that was a big point of like contention for the ship, is that it's used to just referring to everybody as her, and now it has to try to blend in as a human, and it has to try to figure out pronouns and doesn't get it. And it probably sounds silly, but it made for compelling stuff, and I really liked it. And I started a book by James Islington, who I had read his Licanius trilogy last year and mentioned it on the show that I enjoyed it, but it was really derivative of Wheel of Time in particular. But it was pretty good outside of that. It had some good characters and stuff, and I liked it. And he had a new one out called The Will of the Many, which is a new original series, and I'm not super far into it, but I'm really enjoying it so far. And I know I've been harping on this a lot lately, but I found yet another comic book YouTuber named The Comic Storian, who, Jim just rolled his eyes, who just straight up, he did, who just straight up reads comic books, reads the dialogue and does voices for everyone and scrolls the fucking panels across the screen. I don't know how people, he's got 1 million subscribers. I don't know how people get away with this, but, but it's great, background noise. It's almost like a motion comic kind of, the pictures aren't moving other than scrolling across your screen, but it's so good. It's so nice to be able to just throw on and be I never finished that Spider-Man 2099 series. I'll just watch a 4-hour video where this guy basically walks me through it panel by panel and what's going on and what happens.
I like that. There's a YouTuber that I follow whose channel is his channel is called Gingy, which is Gingy, but his whole thing is really long form explainer videos of game lore, and he did like Hollow Knight, for example. His Hollow Knight video was like 2 hours long, and it's just about all the bosses in Hollow Knight and how they tie into the plot.
Yeah,
and,
I watched
like,
one of
he
those
has,
for Hollow
like,
Knight myself, actually.
He has like a 5-hour one on the BioShock series, like, and they're all so well done. Like his scripts are great. Like the gameplay that he's able to capture and edit in is done really well. It's great when you find those little pockets of YouTube where you can spend a bunch of your time and it doesn't feel like a waste.
Yeah, it's for me. It's like I wouldn't watch it like sitting on my couch, but it's great like on the tablet while I'm trying to work, and so it's not that important if I miss a few minutes.
Yeah.
I watched, he did one on the Sonic Meets the Justice League series that I had not read and probably would never have gotten around to reading, and I really fucking enjoyed it. It was fun and silly. Anyway, so that's what I have been up to. I haven't done much else. What can I say? I'm moving, ladies and gentlemen. I'm busy. I'm a busy boy.
Is Sonic faster
What
than
about
the Flash? Is Sonic faster than the Flash?
You know, I don't know that it was answered. There was a lot of, I think initially Sonic was not faster than the Flash, but then Sonic got his hands on a Chaos Emerald and he was pretty fast. And they kind of described it as maybe he's not even moving fast so much as warping around. And then Super Sonic, you know, Golden Sonic took on Darkseid and beat him up, and that was pretty satisfying, actually.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I really liked it. And it had a bit where... it starts with the Justice League coming to Sonic's world, and then Darkseid shows up first, and then the Justice League shows up, and Darkseid's trying to get his hands on the Chaos Emeralds, and then the Justice League saves the Sonic gang by pushing them through to Earth, and then gets cut off. And so Sonic and the Justice Gang have to hang out on Earth, and the Justice Gang, Sonic and his friends have to hang out on Earth and be the Justice League, and they all get the costumes and everything, and Sonic is dressed as the Flash, and Amy is Wonder Woman, and Knuckles is Superman, and Shadow is Batman, which really fits. And you got a little bit of them like fighting their greatest enemies. You get a little bit of Shadow Joker, a little bit of Knuckles Lex Luthor, and it's, you know, it was fun.
That's fun.
It was a fucking good time. I'd recommend reading it, but if you don't want to do that, look up Comic Story and Justice League and Sonic and Justice League, and it was a good, like a 1-hour video that was just like a good fun time. Anyway, Jim, how did you level up?
Sure. I read a book. I read it in I think I read it over like 2.5 days. It's called Boys in the Valley by Philip Fracassi.
No way, you talked about that book for like 2 fucking weeks.
I know, I started it, I read like the first chapter, and then I put it down for like a week and a half, and then I finished the rest of it in like 2.5 days. But it is about a group of boys who are in a remote like orphanage, an all-boys orphanage run by Catholic priests. And this is like one of those really remote orphanages. It's in like 1908, I think is when it takes place. But it's, you know, it's very explicit. Like these kids are just like barely above starving. Like they have like a potato and a couple pieces of cabbage a day. Like it's kind of it's a pretty bleak environment. Like there's corporal punishment. The main priest is a dick. But you know, they're kind of getting along. And then one night, the sheriff from the neighboring town shows up with a prisoner who's very clearly possessed, and he's killed. And then after that, some of the boys start to like turn bad. And like I think one of the things that's like kind of gotten me down about the horror books I've read lately, even though they've mostly been pretty okay, is that they're all like pretty bleak, like pretty nihilistic.
Yeah.
And this one was not that. Like it was like the events of the novel were like, you know, were violent, and, you know, it's a horror novel, were pretty bleak, but the characters were very like hopeful and optimistic and kind, and that really like I think gave the book a momentum, especially because it constantly kind of shifted perspective between a lot of these characters. But one, it made a lot of the events of the third act like a lot more impactful, especially when there was a turn by one of the main characters. So it was good. I liked the book a lot. I would recommend it. I've also been playing a lot of Power Wash Simulator 2.
Oh my god.
The 2025 game of the year.
I mentioned this to
Goaty.
a friend. I went out to lunch with some friends over the weekend, and I, for some reason, brought up Power Wash Simulator 2 to one of my buddies, and he was like, oh my god, that sounds like the worst thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. We were talking about actual power washing. That's where it came from.
Maybe I'm just weird. I like both. I like real
I don't think you're weird
IRL
because these
power
games seem to
washing.
be doing well, you know?
Yeah. But man, is that game satisfying. It's not that much different than the first Power Wash Simulator, other than like there are a couple graphical improvements. Like in the first one, there are really no water effects when you're power washing a surface. In this one, there are, which is cool. This one gives you a totally new power washing tool called I think it's called like a surface cleaner, but it's like a power washer, and there's a wand, and then there's like a circular implement on the end of it that kind of concentrates on a small surface area that you can move around. That's pretty cool. You can equip more than one power washer at a time that you can alternate between, which is great when you have stubborn dirt on certain surfaces. And there's lots of fun locations. Earlier, I cleaned a temple, and I cleaned a nouveau house, and I cleaned a disco, like a disco club, a disco roller rink, actually. And yeah, it's on Game Pass. Check it out. It's very relaxing. Like, I played it after work today. I turned it on while I was kind of unwinding after work, and it's a nice way to just unwind. Mm-hmm. It's a very, very relaxing game. All right, well, that's it for this episode of Square Roots. Before we sign off, I would like to remind everyone that we have an amazing Patreon.
Hang on, we promised we would read an email last.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do have an email. You're right.
Vanessa.
I will
As our
read resident literate host. I will read the email. It's from Ashley, and it's titled Verbatim. Hello all. I'm finally caught up and listening to the Final Fantasy V playthrough. I just want to share my Burger Time experience that happened way later in life than I'd like to admit. I always thought that regain was pronounced région. No idea where I got that from, but I heard it spoken during a way earlier season of Square Root.
What did you just say?
I always thought regain.
It's regen.
I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. My own Burger Time moment. I always thought regen was pronounced région. No idea where I got that from, but I heard it spoken during a way earlier season of Square Roots when Johnny pronounced it regen, like regeneration of your health. Time literally stood still when it hit me. I was slightly embarrassed, but in the end it makes me giggle that I've been playing these games for 20 years and never put it together myself. Anyway, just want to share. Love the show and the community y'all have built. Keep up the great episodes. From Ashley.
Wow, thank you.
I have a confession.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I had that exact same realization when doing this podcast.
What?
Because I thought regen was always Regan.
It's regenerate.
I thought it was
it's
Regan.
in the word. Okay. I mean, listen, I said it 3 weeks ago, the Final Fantasy V. I still say it. It's Bahamut to me, and I know it's Bahamut. I know that it is Bahamut.
You know,
but it's
one thing that was
Bahamut to me, which is stupid and wrong.
What was more surprising to me was that after hearing you say that, apparently that's a common...
Oh, really?
That's a common mispronunciation of Bahamut is Bahamut.
I don't know.
I think I read that somewhere when I was looking it up.
It doesn't really make sense, but that's just what it is in my brain.
Anytime you've only read something and never heard it pronounced, it's totally normal to misread it the first time or just make an assumption. And why would you ever have that corrected?
Yeah.
But as I revealed on the...
I heard that described once as the most forgiving example of a mispronunciation of a word.
One that springs to my mind, which I think is due to the dub in the 90s, but in my mind I always say Kamehameha for Dragon Ball Z, even though it is very clearly Kamehameha. It's like a series of syllables, Kamehameha. But I think it was probably because of the 90s Toonami dub that they would say Kamehameha! Like they turned this series of like syllables into a word. Anyway, thank you, Ashley. We appreciate it. And Jim, you need to tell us about the Patreon.
Yeah. So patreon.com/squaredspodcast is where we have all of our great bonus content. We have an episode that might be out by now, but if not, we'll be out very soon about Final Fantasy. What's it called? Final Fantasy Legend of the Crystals?
Yeah, Legendus Crystal Fantabuloso.
Legendus de Crystals. And you can have access to all that content at the $3 tier. At the $5 tier, you can access all that content, plus you get the ability to vote on games that we play on the show. Another benefit of being a patron, no matter what tier you subscribe at, be it $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, or $100 million, we like to thank some of our patrons personally on the show every week. I'm going to start us off by thanking Florian Jonas Kramer, Sean Walsh, Dr. Fine Say Everyone's Name, Seth G., and Daniel Wood.
I'd like to... we didn't update the fucking... I'd like to thank Brian Pitt, Jake Dickerson, Eric Pidcomini, Johnny Five Alive, and RP Siege again this week. Sorry, thank you.
I'd like to thank Jaybird, Breegirth, Wash in the Wind, Loafing Around, Chris Rains, Vanessa's mom, and Julie.
All right, that's it for this episode. If you'd like to send us an email to have read on the air like Ashley did, you can email us at squarerootspodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Blue Sky, squarerootspod.bsky.social, or send us an email, squarerootspodcast@gmail.com, if you would like a link to our Discord, which is poppin' 24/7. Please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Ghana, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you to Stephen Morris for our Square Roots theme. You can find Stephen on YouTube, links in the show notes. And for Square Roots, I'm Jim Banks.
I'm Matthew Van Zant.
I'm Vanessa.
Bye.
Bye.